All right, let's get right into it. The state of AI for CEOs as of April 2026. Look, the opportunity you have as a leader right now, it's unlike anything we've seen in the last 40 years. This isn't some far-off trend. This is a massive shift in how business works, and it's happening right now. So let's dive in. So 82%. What's that about? Well, according to a huge BCG survey, that's how many CEOs are feeling more optimistic about AI today than they were just a year ago. And there's a really good reason for that optimism, a reason that's changing the whole game. Think about it like this. Most technology just gives us better tools, right? A faster hammer, a stronger machine. But AI is different. It's the first technology that actually multiplies intellect. It gives your team a bigger brain. And what that means is a small, nimble team can now run circles around a huge, slow competitor. This isn't just an upgrade. We're talking about a fundamental change to the laws of business physics. Okay, so what I'm about to share with you, this isn't just theory. These are the 5 critical moves that winning CEOs are making right now. And this insight comes straight from the source, from recent interviews conducted by the scaling CEO coach Glenn Go. First up, number 1, rebuild the IT stack. And I really want to stress that word, rebuild. We're not talking about a renovation project here. The CEOs who are winning aren't trying to jam AI into their old, clunky systems. They get it. That old model, it's finished. So you've really got 2 paths here. On one side, you've got the folks who are falling behind. What are they doing? They're patching old systems, tacking on AI features. It's a losing game. But on the other side, the ones pulling ahead, they're building brand new agent stacks, a clean infrastructure designed from the ground up for AI. See the difference? It's not about upgrading. It's about a complete replacement. And listen, it's not just us saying this. Check out this quote from venture capitalist Gamil Granz. He calls it a revolutionary replacement. That's a powerful phrase, isn't it? This isn't some small, incremental step. It's a total shift to an agent-first world. And you better believe the smart money, it's all flowing to the companies that understand this. So this is the first question you've got to take back to your tech leaders. A really simple one. Are we patching old systems or are we building new ones? Seriously, the answer to that one question will tell you everything you need to know about whether you're set up to win or destined to get left behind. All right, on to the second big move. This one is all about how you actually create your technology. You see, the winning CEOs, they've stopped treating AI like some junior assistant for their developers. Nope, they've given it a promotion. AI is now the primary builder on the team. And look, this isn't some sci-fi future I'm talking about. This is today, right now. At the top companies, AI is already writing anywhere from 20 to 60% of all new code. Just let that sink in for a second. Imagine the speed, the efficiency, the sheer scale that unlocks for you. And what you're wondering about the bottom line impact, well, here it is. CEO Pramal Shah lays it out perfectly. He's not talking about some fuzzy productivity gains. He's talking about a strategic lever that translates directly into millions of dollars in savings. It's that real. So here's your next question for the team. It's a straightforward metric. What percentage of our code is actually written by AI? And if that answer comes back in the single digits, you need to have a serious conversation about why you're leaving all that speed and all that money on the table. Okay, number 3, this is a big one. It's a critical mindset shift. You know, the common fear out there is that AI is coming for everyone's jobs, but the winning strategy, it's the complete opposite. It's about using automation to protect and, frankly, elevate the work that only humans can do. I mean, this quote from CEO Karthik Ganesh just says it all, doesn't it? Tech-enabled, AI-powered, but human-delivered care. AI is there to power the system, to make everything smarter and more efficient. But those critical moments, the ones that actually create value, those are still delivered by people. Let AI handle the boring, routine stuff so your team can focus on the relationships. So here it is. This is the winning formula. It's actually that simple. Automate the repeatable, protect the relationship. Look at every single process in your company and just ask 2 things. What's repeatable and can be automated? And what requires trust, judgment, and real human connection? You automate the first one to absolutely supercharge the second. All right, let's talk about number 4. This one's about your product. Look, the weakest thing you can do with AI is just bolt a chatbot onto your website and call it a day. The winning play is to fundamentally rethink and rebuild your core product with AI right at its heart. You can just feel the excitement in this quote from Pramal Shah, right? He's not just talking about adding another feature. He's talking about using AI to break free from doing things the same way for 40 years. He's building something totally new, something way more powerful for his customers. That's the real opportunity. So here's the strategic question you need to be asking about your product. Don't ask, how can we add some AI to this? The real question is, where does AI make our product fundamentally different? How can it make it predictive, personalized, and something our competitors literally cannot copy? And that brings us to the fifth and honestly, maybe the most important action of all. The CEOs who are crushing it with AI, they have zero patience for vanity metrics. They are absolutely relentless about one thing and one thing only: real, tangible, measurable outcomes. I just love how blunt this quote from CEO Sam Lewis is. I don't care about vanity metrics. He doesn't want to hear about activity. He wants to know about the outcome. Did it make us faster? Did it boost customer retention? Did it help our margins? That is the only conversation worth having. And this is the operating model right here. It's a simple two-step process that completely flips the typical approach on its head. You don't start with the tech. You start by defining the business outcome you need to hit. Then you deploy AI to get you there faster and more efficiently than you ever could before. So that's the playbook. It's not some big secret. The leaders who are going to win are the ones who ruthlessly automate, who are brave enough to rebuild their entire company for this new agent-first world, and who absolutely demand real, measurable outcomes. It's that clear. And that brings us to the final and most important question. It's for you. Fast forward 12, maybe 18 months. You're in your board meeting. Which story are you telling? Are you reporting on the incredible progress you've made? Or are you trying to explain why your competitors just blew past you? Because that choice is being made by the actions you take right now. Look, these insights aren't theoretical. They came straight from leaders who are in the trenches winning today. They were all interviewed by the Scaling CEO coach, Glenn Go. If you're a leader who needs to apply this playbook to your own company and you want to go deeper, you can find Glenn and his work at glengo.com.